All right, what's good? What's good? What's good? Man, I just had me a good conversation today, man. Talked to a good friend of mine for a little while. Hadn't talked to him, friend from law school. I hadn't talked to in a long time, man. Good dude. Soccer Training Club, what's going on, man? Said Boogeyman Terence Bud Crawford, man. Dude, Bud Crawford is Bud Crawford's own problem. But I will give credit. I am going to start trying to push a little more heavily towards people giving Bud this fight. Because, man, if somebody don't cut Bud a favor, Bud ain't going to get no fights, man. Somebody got to cut Bud a favor, man. Somebody got to do Bud a solid and let this fight happen, man. But we'll wait till some more people come in the chat, man. What's going on, Shelton? Mr. Shelton, salutations to you, sir. I saw a link that you sent to somebody. I got to go check it out. I have to download it on my computer. Southern T Boxing, what's good, man? Santos Ragoji. Manny Pacquiao versus Garcia. Oh man, Manny Pacquiao. I don't know, man. That's a tough fight for Manny Pacquiao, man. I'm telling you, that's a tough fight for Manny Pacquiao. That ain't no surefire thing for him, man. Because Mikey Garcia is a good fighter, very good fighter, and Manny Pacquiao's old as Methuselah. Pretty soon, you guys, Manny Pacquiao fans are gonna remember that Manny Pacquiao's old as fucking Methuselah. Okay. So don't be surprised if he gets in there with Terence Crawford and then Manny Pacquiao gets in there with Mikey Garcia and gets beat. Don't be shocked, man. Don't be hold on one second, man. Let me see something. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, man, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if your boy gets beat up by Mikey Garcia, man. Peace and blessings, Fannon, and the entire LDBC. What's going on, Mike 202? Southern T Boxing, what's good? He said, right. I'm just trying to tell you, man, when you get to be, 42, 43 years old, the body don't do what the body used to do, man. The body doesn't do what the body used to do. Remember. And one day you just get old all of a sudden, all out the blue. All of a sudden, man, he's thinking, "Oh, I'm about to hit him with this straight left." I see it, and bop! There comes the straight right instead, man. But I like Manny Pacquiao, dude. Manny Pacquiao's been a blessing to the sport of boxing. I feel, what the fuck? I feel blessed to have been. A boxing fan during the time that Manny Pacquiao has fought, because he gave me a lot of really good evenings, a lot of fun. But dude, the dude's time is up, man. Okay, the dude's time is up. Anthony Shelton, why did his thing get retracted? What did Anthony Shelton? Salute, bro. Salute to you as well, man. Michael Laura said Crawford put himself out there on an island, nobody else to blame. He did, yeah, but can we get him off the island now? Like, can we send a rowboat out there for him? I feel like with Bud, because I think the best. What's going on, Thrill Hill? How you feeling, man? I think that Terence Crawford is a great fighter. I think Errol Spence Jr. is the best welterweight. But at this point in time, man, Michael Lors, man, somebody got to throw this dude. Somebody got to throw him one of them dinghies. What do you call it? Not a dinghy. Throw him a lifeline or something, because otherwise I can see Terence Crawford being in a situation where he doesn't get a Manny Pacquiao fight this year, because more than likely there ain't gonna be no fights this year of any significance. And then in 2021, he's gonna have to. Errol Spence has the Danny Garcia fight, and then whoever has the WBA belt at that time, if Manny Pacquiao is still there or not there. So Errol Spence Jr. is packed for the next 2 years. Ugas now has a shot at the WBA title. Leon Robbins said he won't take it for Todd. Somebody got to give him a lifeline, man. I don't want to see his career go the way that I think it's going to go. What's going on, Michael James? I don't want to see his career go the way that I think it's going to go. Please don't let it go the way that I think it's going to go. Because the way that I see it going, I see Tyson. I think Terence Crawford is going to wind up getting fed to Jose Ramirez. Fed to Jose Ramirez in a fight that will go the distance and Terence Crawford will lose in a controversial split decision for the greater good of Top Rank. They're gonna sell because because Top Rank ain't just gonna let Terence Crawford just keep fighting, nobodies and guys he can beat easily and then just leave the sport of boxing. No, you build them up, then you gotta feed them to somebody so that you can have the guy that beat Terence Crawford. What's going on, Calvin? Salute to you, man. Salute to you, Calvin Johnson. Hey, man, look, we got 53 people in the building. It's a slow day because obviously Trill is probably still not off yet. But let's get the likes up to 55, man. Let's get the same amount of likes as we got the same amount of people. Because if you're here now with this small group of people, you probably are a supporter. So go ahead and hit them like. Go ahead and hit that like button, man. What's going on, JC? How you feeling today, man? Michael Lord said, I think Thurman has to fight Crawford for both of their sakes. Yeah, that'd be, but Crawford, I don't think Keith Thurman is going to wind up doing that, man. What's going on, 78 Sports TV in the building? What's good, man? Bud should be looking for, what's going on, Snacks B? Hey, man, we got 69 people in the building now, man. Let's get the likes up up to 70, man. Right, hey, Shadow 979. Much love in that super chat, man. For $1.2. Thank you. Hey, Shadow 9, that's that 1 pound. That 1 pound kicked up 20 cents over here. 55 likes. Yeah, 58 likes now, man. Let's keep the likes up, man. Let's try to keep the likes up to par with the people in the chat, man. Rod Sportsman Lee, what's good, man? What happened? Oh, just headed into the job, King. That's what's up, Calvin. Lowland Profits in the building. What's good, man? Black Samurai, I'm good, man. Just enjoying the day, enjoying life, man. Like I said, I had a really good conversation this morning with a friend of mine. We didn't get to get really bright guy, man. Really, really, really bright guy. And who is kind of a concern. I went to law school with him. He lives out there in New York, and he's one of my best friends, man. And it's just amazing, man, to listen. Anyway, so I had a really good conversation with a guy that is absolutely brilliant. And it's always good to have that conversation, man. Me and him he's like the type of friend where he and I can talk for like 5-6 hours straight about stuff, man. 66 likes now. Yes, sir. That's what's up, man. Bob Arum will run a relay with his champions pass the baton. Exactly. Brothers UK, that's what I think it is. That's what I'm worried about for him. I'm worried about him getting fed to somebody. Not that there's somebody out there that is just going to be able to beat. You can't feed Terence Crawford to anybody. Unless saying you're going to make him fight at heavyweight or something. REA, respect Fannon, the boxing genius. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You are way too kind with that. But I appreciate it, man. But yeah, that's how he does it. You build up the fighter. You give them they get a reputation. They get a name. And you continue having fight in-house fights, right? So he's beating guys where Bob Arum is getting both. Is getting has the whole fight is in-house. And then once your guy gets to the point where his numbers aren't going up anymore, he's kind of plateaued. You use that, or he looks like right before he looks like he might be declining, and that very well might have been what you saw when Terence Crawford got knocked down by green beans. Eventually you wind up feeding them to one of the younger guys up there. Look, we got 100 people in the building. We got 72 likes, man. Let's try to get them likes up. Black Samurai says, salute to the channel, the chat, and the whole LDBC. Yes, sir. Mark Harrison, salute on the Don. Yes, sir. Salute to you as well. Oh, Matthew Valentine, much love in that super chat. Thank you, sir. He said the best boxing talk. Well, we're going to keep chopping it up. We're going to chop it up for sure, man. KP from KC, Ramirez is the guy, or Josh Taylor. Well, it's going to have to be Ramirez, because Terence Crawford will beat the piss out of Josh Taylor any way you cut it. Dude, Terence Crawford could be 40 and he's still going to whoop Josh Taylor. Dog, Josh Taylor's a good fighter. But I'm not all the way sold, man. I'm not sold off his last 3 fights. He had way too much difficulty with Victor Postol, or two out of the last 3 fights. Ryan, I think he fought a guy, Ryan Martin, and that was somebody he was supposed to knock out. But hey, what's going on, man? Big Dog Willie in the super chat. He said, daily affirmation, fuck Dillian White and the WBC with a long schlong. With the long schlong. What's up in that super chat? Dallas, Texas. Oh, what's going on? Damian Bryan said, Dallas, Texas own the new and only Fannon. Thank you, sir. Oh, no. My shit finally broke. My gong finally broke. God, dog. Give me 1 second. I'll fix it. I guess I'm going to have to hold it like this. Dang, that sucks. My gong broke. Now I got to get it fixed, man. Yes, sir. LLP, what's up? Lowland Profits in the building. I thought you meant limited liability partnership. It's like, what's up? Yeah, the gong broke, dog. The gong broke. But that's all right, man. It's this leather. I just got these little leather straps and we're holding it up because the original thing that was supporting it had already broke. I'll get it back out there tomorrow. I've been smacking the hell out that gong. Boop. Yeah, I needed to tie it up before though, man. I just been letting it hang on this. I've been letting it hang like this for the week. Bumpy Thompson said no notification, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Make sure that you hit your bell icon, man, and make sure you get all notifications. Said don't know your own strength for not. I don't. I never have. People have told me that my whole life, man. Like, dude, lighten up on the handshake. Used to slap box. Dudes be like, damn, dog, like, dog, you don't know. You have no idea how strong you are, dog. Stop hitting me that damn hard. I said, Mrs. Fannon will be very happy about this. Nah, dog, yeah, she might get a little sick of the gong. I know my son is sick because his room is right over there. So it's right up next to him. Terence Shaver says, sorry I'm late, didn't get a notification. I'm sorry, man. Wait, that didn't sound right. Pause. What did I say? Did I say something bad? Pause. Whatever I said that sounded suspect, I didn't intend it. Pause. We'll throw that out there, man. But yeah, man. So anyway, I wanted to talk about Terence Crawford today because I didn't want to talk. I don't want to talk about Tyson Fury this week. I'm trying to move the conversation off of the Tyson Fury, all the Tyson Fury stuff, because, you know, the motherfucker's guilty and everybody knows it. So time to start running with a different conversation. Tyrone DePlash said, good afternoon to my favorite show on YouTube, Fannon to Don. Thank you, sir. Much appreciation, man, for your support. He said, no, I said something that didn't look right. Okay, cool. Because I was like, man, I usually try to check it and make sure that you know that I ain't off too much, man. Hey, look, man, we got 137 people in the building, 95 likes. Let's try to get the likes up over 100. See, I'm gonna bite off of my man's God dog, man, 78, not 78, Blue Blood. Smash that like button on the way in, yes, sir. All right, so let's get to the chase, man. It's time for somebody to fight Terence Crawford, man. It's time for the PB. I can't even lie because it's all his fault. Damn. See, as soon as I try to start with something that don't sound right, I'm just not able to go for it. I really did come to this chat with the intention on selling Terence Crawford and saying, Terence Crawford, the PBC needs to go out of their way to make a fight between one of their best fighters and Terence Bud Crawford. And we need to do it for the sake of the sport. Because otherwise, dude, that fight ain't gonna happen, man. Because I don't think Top Rank has any intention on trying to do that. Just don't think so, man. You say, he can't sell himself. Oh, said Junior Beast said you should do weekly Tyson Furies as a bitch reminders. Yeah, but I was talking to my boy today, and I was like, because my boy is he's a very much a casual boxing fan, right? Like, we'll be into it, you know, big when there's a big fight. But, you know, if there's not a big fight, you know, he's not really paying attention to it. And he said some stuff about Tyson Fury that I was like, man, there's no way I can really explain this to him because it takes you have to get way too in depth. in order to explain it. So my disgust for Tyson Fury just really started bubbling over because most people are not going to notice that cheating. Just like I didn't notice it. Like I didn't notice it the first time I saw that fight. I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it until somebody pointed it out to me, right? And I pay attention to boxing all the time, and I didn't notice it until somebody pointed it out to me. So the fact that there's so many people that saw the fight that people are not going to be able to point that out to them, it's like, dude, Tyson Fury really stole something, you know? Like he really stole something. Really stole something. Like, dude, fight fair, man. Fight fair. Stop, dude, having people have to make videos about your cheating ass. Oh, my God, man. Just ridiculous, dude. Just ridiculous. I'm still disgusted. New Juice in the building. He said, if Bud had a marketing IQ of Ryan G., he'd be a bigger star. His fault. Hey, dude, no, much love in that super chat. Dude, how do I get this to go? Got it. Aha. Then it sounds crazy when I put it down. Much love in that super chat, Nuke Juice. Ooh, somebody hit me on the text. Let me make sure that nobody's house is burning down. Main event Mark, man, that is more than my pleasure, dude. You are a good dude, man. What's going on, Steve J? AJ is the king of the heavyweights. Okay, I'll take him over Tyson Fury. Let's ride with it. Let's roll with it, because at least his ass ain't obviously cheap. Actually, you know what, man? AJ is kind of, dude, AJ's in a good place right now. AJ's in a good place with me right now, at least. He's in a good place. Oh, now you got to get the fuck out. Now you're talking stupid shit. Okay, now with AJ, I was like, okay, dude, get the fuck out of here, dude. And first of all, fuck soccer, okay? I should have thrown you out first. Dude, you make one more dumbass comment, I'm going to throw you out because you got some fucking soccer training club in here, okay? Don't nobody give a fuck about no soccer up in here. Man, 162 people, man. Let's get them likes up, man. Yeah, exactly. He dude was juiced up, not now. I mean, he might still be juiced, but I'm not saying he's convincing me anything in the ring. I'm saying what he's doing outside the ring. Since the whole Black Lives Matter thing, you know, in the UK, the fact that he's willing to stand up for principles, the same thing that he's, you know, the fact that he's willing to, you know, take a chance with his fan base, it says a lot about Anthony Joshua as a man. It does. And he definitely gained my respect. Even though I'm not necessarily, you know, as far as the Black Lives Matter organization, I'm not the biggest fan. Love the slogan. Not the biggest fan of the organization. I can still appreciate that a young man, because I don't even think AJ's 30 years old yet, is he? I mean, he's still a young guy, man, and he has an opportunity. He had an opportunity to use his voice. You know what I mean? He has an opportunity to use his voice, to use his platform, and he did it. And with that, no more ass juice. You're not going to get it. I'm not going to call him ass juice. I'm not going to call him a joke. I'm not going to, all the shit that I'm not doing any of that with Anthony Joshua, because Anthony Joshua showed that he's a legitimate cat, a caring person, and a person that is going to take risks with his future, right? Because he's not in the United States where shit is all easy greasy and it's the latest fashion to do that, you know? But inside the ring, you know, hey man, I like Deontay Wilder. I'm gonna back Deontay Wilder, but I respect Anthony Joshua. Nuke Juice said, I love football with the soccer. I know, I'm just fucking with that dude because he's in there trying to bring some old Canelo's the face of boxing. Dude, Canelo just took a pay cut. How the hell is Canelo the face of boxing? We got to take a pay cut. And don't nobody think about boxing and see Canelo. Like, boxing, Canelo? No, let me play my game. Let me play the game. First thought that comes to my mind when I say boxing, Muhammad Ali. There you go. That's the face of boxing for me. I'm with AJ as a black man, but he's far from the king of the heavyweight division. Yeah. I mean, you know, he's got the most belts, and he didn't get caught cheating. He got the most belt. He's got belts, and he didn't get caught cheating. So right there, he's never tested positive for performance enhancing drugs, although many people suspect him, but he's never been caught. That matters, that he's never been caught, because there's so many people that are getting caught that it's possible. He said, John, why you diss soccer though? Man, I ain't nothing wrong with soccer. I know soccer is a great sport. A bunch of people love soccer. I was dissing the guy talking about soccer lessons. I was just thinking of some shit to say to him because he's putting that AJ to, because he got me to bite. Okay, because I'm looking forward, because I'm looking to try to give Anthony Joshua credit. Okay, I'm looking for reasons to do it because of what he's doing with his platform. Okay, so I'm already sick to my stomach. That I've got to compliment Anthony Joshua when I was die hard against Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn and all of that crap. But I got to tell you, dude, that Tyson Fury has done the shit going on with Tyson Fury is so extreme that I look back on AJ and reminisce. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't believe that Anthony Joshua would get in there and just do that shady, super shady shit that Tyson Fury did. I just don't believe it, man. I just don't believe it. Said I'm still against Hearn. Yeah. But Hearn is almost irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? He's almost irrelevant. So I'm not quite sure. I didn't kick him out. Let me make sure I'm up to date. I did not kick dude out. I didn't kick dude out, did I? Soccer dude shouldn't have been kicked out. If yeah, you didn't get kicked out, did you, Soccer Club? Where's Soccer Club? The king of hate. Soccer Club shouldn't have got kicked out. Did Soccer Club get kicked out? He didn't do anything to deserve to get kicked out. I was just, just pretty much giving him the finger. That's it. He don't deserve to get kicked out. Oh, Noob Juice said the European version of football is warped your view. Man, soccer's the shit, though. To play soccer is my favorite game I've ever played. When I was a little, I used to play soccer. Like, second through like fifth grade. I was killing fools in soccer. But love soccer, man. Soccer's a great sport, man. Soccer's a great sport. Oh, he's in timeout. My bad. I'm surprised the wrenches ain't get soccer mom. Yeah, well, hopefully they hadn't, man. Hopefully they didn't. Fannon, UFC is killing Top Rank on ESPN. Dana White is laughing at Bob Arum. Yeah, I mean, he deserves to be laughed at. Fannon, are you an NFL fan? A little bit. I'm a Bears fan, so no, I'm not an NFL fan. Because I'm a Bears fan, and the shit sucks. But no, I'm not a big supporter of the NFL. I'm a big supporter of boxing. Because boxing is a sport where a black man can get in the ring, is supposed to be able to, and he can get a championship without a lot of games and a lot of dumb shit. That's what it's supposed to be. But obviously, thank you, WBC. That's not the case as it is. Eddie Hearn started the Wilder smear campaign. Yeah, he did. Well, people were kind of on Deontay Wilder before that, though. But, it is what it is. Victor Mack in the building. General Skrull says, Fannon, please recant the soccer is a great sport. Dog, I can see why people love the sport of soccer. It's entertaining. I don't watch it. If I was at a soccer match, I'd fall asleep. But, soccer was a sport that was designed during the time where people had a longer amount of time to watch things, and you can go an hour and a half without a goal and people don't lose focus. I think soccer is great for the attention span. Because if you can focus through that whole thing, dude, you should be good. You know what I mean? You should be good. But yeah, I probably should recant that. But yeah, the UFC is killing Bob Arum because that's where European Americans want to watch. And Bob Arum is trying to catch up with the UFC, dude, and it's just not going to work. It's a done day. It's a done deal for the white American boxing fan. They're gone, okay, and they're not coming back. Because they have the UFC. Now, I'll tell you what would probably the best way for boxers to come back. Well, maybe what Bob Arum is hoping is this, right? Maybe he's hoping that these Brazilians and Nigerians will eventually take over the UFC. And once they take over the UFC, if he has enough Lomachenkos and if he has some Lomachenkos and some Lomachenko, Tyson Fury, Josh Taylor, if he has enough of them and he manages to put blacks out of boxing, then maybe they'll come back over there to boxing. But I don't believe so, dude. I think it's a done deal on the white American boxing fan. They're going to come in for big fights. When there's a big fight that everybody cares about, everybody's going to watch the fight. That's what boxing is now. Boxing is a sport where it's really big. Hey, no worries, Soccer Trey said, Fannon, please don't diss me, brother. It's all right, training. I know. Much love in that super chat. I cannot go on. My shit is all super bootleg today. Damn, my gong don't even sound right. Isn't that crazy that is? Terrible. Wonder if I hold it with a pinky. There you go. Got it. Now I know how to go. I got to get a new gum. But yeah, man, no worries, man. I understand. I'm not trying to disrespect you. Honestly, man, I'm feeling, like I said, AJ fans, because if you're still an AJ fan, you're a real AJ fan. Okay? If you're still an AJ fan, you're a real AJ fan. And I respect AJ fans more because so many people left AJ. There's not as many people. Oh, Fannon, I heard they did 1.3 million buys. Yeah, because that shit is, there you go. Dude, Top Rank sucks. Top Rank sucks. And there's no reason that you shouldn't have a pay-per-view card. Dude, pay-per-view is perfect for right now. It's perfect. This is the perfect time for pay-per-view, man. Perfect time for pay-per-view. Because pay-per-view will allow you to have a good fight, right? Even if you did a pay-per-view, oh, what happened to the wrench? Oh, I still got it. It's over there somewhere. My whole thing is bootleg right now. Yeah, I think I actually used my wrench for something and I took it out of the room. I've been using my phone. Boop, boop. It gongs better and it doesn't dent my gong. I quit calling AJ ass juice after he stood up for his position. Yeah, for his people. And that's what's up. That's why I got to respect AJ. I respect him. He's going to get respect out of me. He's earned my respect. He's not the type of dude that I thought he was. And he proved that he's not the type of dude that I thought he was. So, hey, man, boxing is one thing. But when you show you're a legitimate dude, that's something else. You know what I mean? And that's what got me supporting Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder is the type of cat who supports and stands up for the things that he thinks he's right. He stands up for his community when it's not popular, right? And that's what got me behind Deontay Wilder. And I can't. John Hunt, I was in Hapkido. I sparred a lot, but I sparred in martial arts, Hapkido and Taekwondo, but never boxing. No, I had street fights, and sparring like with, Hapkido and Taekwondo sparring, but not boxing. I wish that I had access to a gym when I was young to box. I would have loved that. I still think about doing it, but you motherfuckers ain't punching me upside my head. It's just not going to happen. You're not taking no free shots on me. I'm too old to be taking shots to the head. But if I was younger, I would. I love boxing, man. Boxing is a great art form. ESPN put numbers with an asterisk saying unofficial numbers. Yeah, but they're all unofficial, D-Style. They're all unofficial. I don't know of any official pay-per-view numbers. I say you can train for nine. Yeah, it's so tough though with a bad knee. But yeah, I do train, but I'm lifting and walking and all that, dog. So he said I train at 44. Yeah, I knew you motherfuckers ain't punching me though. Wear headgear for nine. You understand how long I kept my straight teeth? I got one tooth that went crooked, and that shit makes me sick. I used to have perfectly straight teeth. So I was like, man, y'all ain't motherfuckers ain't knocking my teeth out of my mouth. Now my shit got old. I got a crooked tooth. Shane. What's going on, Prince 2 Amir? I trained a little back in the mid-80s. Yeah, I ran track and field, and that's when all the running and all that shit left me. I don't want to do no running. I don't want to see no tracks. I was completely burnt on that. Hey, look, man, we got 218 people in the building, man. Let's get it's a slower day at the channel. Let's make sure we can get the likes up to 200, man. That would be greatly appreciated, and it doesn't cost you a dime to hit the like button, man. 16 ounce and headgear, yeah. UFC is a private company. They can flat out lie. White said Mayweather versus McGregor did 6 million till it was corrected by Showtime. Fair enough. So did the UFC put that out, or did the ESPN put it out? Because ESPN is publicly traded, and it's an ESPN pay-per-view, isn't it? But it is what it is, you know. That if you're a competitive person, boxing training becomes addictive. I am a very competitive person, probably too much so. I wonder why UFC fighters get paid so little, so that the people that own the UFC can get paid more. That's pretty obvious right there. They get paid less, so the people that they work for can take more of the money, and they're very dispensable, and they're dispensable. They're all those fighters are dispensable, and they don't have much of from what I understand, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. They don't really have I lost my train of thought. Forgive me, because I saw Rob Sportsman Lee. He said the UFC had to refund 2 million subs because their pay-per-view crashed. Ugh. He said the UFC are killing the pay-per-view market weekly. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, exactly. Be exploitation. Yeah, man. But these dudes, they don't take care of their fighters. Obviously, the sport itself isn't designed to take care of fighters. That shit is brutal as shit. That shit is super brutal. Kids fresh from Philly. What's good, man? Salute. Thank you. Much love in that super chat, man. God, dog, I got to get my shit fixed. Damn, dog, I got to get my shit fixed. Much love in that super chat. In Justin State to get my cash. Prime Shavers versus Tyson Fury. It depends. It depends on what era they're fighting in. Depends. If Tyson Fury is able to hold and shove down on Ernie Shavers when he gets inside, then I would take Tyson Fury. But if you're fighting 15 round fights, I don't know, man. It depends on how well Ernie Shavers can do if he can get through that jab and get onto the inside of Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is going to be difficult for people because he's so tall. You know what I mean? So yeah, if he could outbox Fury, but that just depends. He can outbox him if Shavers can't get on the inside of him. But if Shavers can get on the inside of him, then that's a lot of trouble for Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury doesn't have a chin. And Ernie Shavers is going to knock you the fuck out if he clips you. So I think it just depends. But again, I really can't say General Squirrels is fucking with me. Ooh-wee. All right. By the way, this is the gong. Fucking with me. Got you. Damn, that shit fucking me up every time I do that. Oh, Rob Sportsman Lee. No, I think George Foreman knocks him out. George Foreman's just going to knock him out. That shit might not go. I don't think that shit goes 6 rounds with George Foreman. Because George Foreman is a bigger fight. He's bigger. I mean, he's only like 6'4", so he's significantly shorter than Tyson Fury is. But he hits so heavy. He's such a good boxer. And I'm talking about fighting when you can't hold. Fannon, let's start it again, brother. I'm a student of all sports, specifically boxing. That's why my unbiased viewpoint, that was my unbiased viewpoint. We good. That's cool. No worries, man. Dude, look, but I got to get rid of this unbiased viewpoint shit. Dude, you have your opinion. People throw around the word biased to insult other people's opinion. Okay? This is boxing, dude. This is all, everybody's giving their opinion, right? Who you think who will win a fight between Ernie Shavers and Tyson Fury, that is your opinion. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. People just use the word bias to insult people and say you're being emotional or you're not really giving it, you're trying to discredit somebody's opinion, right? It's just somebody's opinion. If I think Tyson Fury cheated, I have more than enough reason to believe that. And it's based on on the information that I've received. And so, but that's not biased. It's what I believe. I don't think I'm being unfairly prejudiced. See, when you're being biased, you're being unfair, right? You're being unfair. Dude, to say that Tyson Fury cheated is not being unfair to Tyson Fury. It could be it's a reasonable conclusion to draw from the facts. So fuck the word biased and just say whether or not somebody's opinion is reasonable or not, right? So is your opinion, is it reasonable to say that Canelo was the face of boxing? Yeah, it's reasonable. I mean, I don't agree with it, but it's reasonable. You know, somebody could think that based on the facts that they had, on the facts that they know, right? Is Anthony Joshua the king of the heavyweight division? I don't think so, but it's reasonable. The guy's got 3 belts and he's never got caught cheating, right? So it's reasonable. So I would just appreciate it for us to have good conversations. Please replace your use of the word, if you would not mind when you're speaking to me, replace that word bias with reasonable. That's my reasonable opinion, right? I'm just being reasonable, right? I'm looking at the facts. I'm using reasoning to come up with a conclusion. That bias shit it's just an insult. You might as well be calling somebody a casual or a fanboy or a fangirl or something like that. When you use the word bias, it's coming right before that. Fury's Juniper B in the building. Much love, man. He said Tyson Fury cheating is a fact. We saw it. There's nothing biased about an authentic copyright photo of him cheating. It's not an opinion. Oh, no, that's not an opinion. That is a motherfucking fact. Okay? That is a motherfucking fact. Okay? The fact Tyson Fury cheating is a fact. You're right. That's not being reasonable or not reasonable. That's just a fucking fact. Can you explain what you meant by Fury doesn't have a chin? He got up from Wilder's right hand because he got knocked the fuck down every time he got hit. And he got knocked down by Steve Cunningham, who's a cruiserweight. Not difficult. You want to reward somebody for getting up. The lack of chin is what made him go down. And he got hit with 2 big shots against Deontay Wilder. And he went down. Both big shots. The dude just doesn't have a tremendous chin. Steve Cunningham should not be able to drop you, man. And I wouldn't be surprised if Tyson Fury got dropped before. I don't think he's got a particularly good chin. Yeah, he's been knocked down. That's the question about whether you got. People question Terence Crawford's chin, and I think people fairly criticize Terence Crawford's chin, and I don't think Terence Crawford has an official knockdown in his career. But people just look at how he responded. When he got hit by Yuriorkis Gamboa, he went on Dizzy Street. Best chin in boxing history is Jake LaMotta? I don't think so. You know what I think got the best chin in boxing history? The best chin that I've seen? Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes got a chin. Larry Holmes and Muhammad Ali got some chins. Okay? Serious chins. Ali got a serious chin. And that's because I've seen him take clean shots by very big punchers. I know he's gotten knocked down, but I've seen him take huge shots from huge punchers and continue to go. Tyson Fury got knocked down by a cruiserweight. That's why I'm like, nah, big Klitschko, Vitaly got a nice Got a nice chin for a big dude, too. He does. Shit, I think Tyson Fury I think Mike Tyson's got a nice chin. Because Mike Tyson, it took a lot to get Mike Tyson out of there. Mike Tyson's got a decent chin. It's just that the guy that he fought kept hitting him on it. You know? Marvin Hagler got a great chin, yeah, for sure. Best chin in boxing history it is. It's probably the best chin in boxing history is probably somebody like who's not a champion, you know? Somebody that's not a champion. Yeah, Gennady Golovkin does have a good chin. He does. Adrian Bronner's got a very good chin too. No doubt about it. Let's check, man. Look, we got 250 people in the building. We got 175 likes, man. Come on, man. Let's get the likes over 100, man. What's going on, Jimmy Bernard, man? I missed what you said. I missed your I have two screens going, so I see them. I see the chats coming up at different time, you know. But yeah, if a soccer training club, I can respect you. I can respect what you're talking about. Just try to get rid of, if you wouldn't mind, for the sake of not getting thrown the fuck out, get rid of the word biased. Because there's so many people that have used that word in an insulting manner that now it just comes off as an insult. Anytime somebody uses it, it just comes off as an insult. Boxing was straight right. Ali had threats. True. Ali had a chin. They say the people who have the most brain injuries are the guys with great chins as they've taken more overall damage if they're not a KO artist. No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. Yeah, you don't want to know if you got a great chin. Like, I don't think, like, Floyd Mayweather Jr. ain't got the best chin in the world. But you don't know, but you would never know it because he don't let people hit him on it. You know? And the reason why I say he doesn't have the best chin in the world is because he damn sure slipped up against Shane Mosley, dog. He's damn sure shamed he dang sure I forgot because I saw what Fabron Padgett said. Best chin Wilder. No, I don't think Deontay Wilder's got a good chin. Depends on what you're hitting him with. You know what I mean? Floyd is jealous of Muhammad Ali. Yeah, he is. Well, no, he's just probably I don't know if just seems to be a bit of an insecure person. You know, he's been short all his life, man. He's been short all his life. Oh, for his size disadvantage, Holyfield had a great chin. For guys who weren't great fighters, George Ceballos, heavyweight in the 1970s. Yeah, George Ceballos had a great chin too. But Holyfield would have had a harder time now that the way that they rep those fights. Holyfield, I think, man, I would give an advantage over Holyfield over the heavyweights right now if they're not allowed to grab him by the back of the neck, shove him down, and hold him. You know, if they're not allowed to lay on him as soon as it gets in there and not get warned for that. Ali chin, we see in the videos. He's got a great chin. Much love in that super chat, man. Both Chavez had incredible chin. Yeah. Floyd probably hates Ray Leonard more than any other boxer. Why? Because Ray whooped his daddy. That'll make you mad, dude. Yeah, I got that. Box with straight right. Oh, much love in that super chat, man. I'm going to give you some claps, dog. I can't ring that gun no more. Much love in that super chat, man. Salvador Sanchez or Julio Cesar Chavez has the best chin. Man, Julio Cesar Chavez got a great chin. He just is a bleeder. Well, later in his career, he's a bleeder. Winky Wright had a great chin, too. But, yeah, I agree with what Box with Straight Right said, man. It's like you shouldn't really know whether or not somebody has a great chin or not. The mission is not to get that chin tested. I wish we wouldn't have known whether or not Muhammad Ali had a great chin or not, because people wouldn't have been hitting him in it. But you know, 3 years off out of the ring, and you know, and age does things to you. BG in that super chat, man. Much love in that super chat. Thank you so much. Said James Toney has a pretty good chin. Absolutely, yeah, he has a really good chin. That's one of my favorite fighters, man. Very underrated fighter James Toney. Who else has a really good chin? Who has the worst? Who has the worst chins? It depends on if you see the shot coming or not. Fair enough. What's going on, main event, Mark? Oh, I did respond to your text, man. It's always a pleasure to have you around, main event, Mark. You are a blessing to the LDBC, sir. In my humble opinion. Hey, man, we got 263 263 people in the building, man. We got 200 likes. Let's try to get the likes up at 230. I'm getting better at asking for likes. I'm getting better, less shy about it. Got to keep working on it. Dang, Amir Khan. I don't know, man. Amir Khan has a terrible chin. But he was fighting guys that were bigger. Who's got a bad chin? I'll tell you who's got kind of a shaky chin, but is a great fighter. Guillermo Rigondeaux I think Guillermo Rigondeaux got a bit of a shaky chin. But it don't matter because when he doesn't want you to, you're not putting your hands on that chin. You ain't putting your hands on it. But he's a little guy that's constantly fighting bigger guys. So I don't know, man. Did he get at 118? He got rocked at 118 in that last fight too. Yeah, Kitty Peeps 504 said you can blow on Khan's chin and knock him out. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, he's pretty terrible. Amir Khan's got a bad chin. Oh. What's his name? What's the guy's name? Yeah, heavyweight Michael Grant had a terrible. Roy Jones has no chin whatsoever. Yeah, Roy Jones probably got one of the worst chins. Because when Roy Jones get hit, he goes completely to sleep. Yeah, his is pretty bad too. Vladimir Klitschko's got a bad one too. Yeah, Vladimir Klitschko ain't got much of a chin either. Rigo and AJ, suspect chins. David Price, yeah. David Price definitely got a suspect chin. Mike Tyson or Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's got a suspect chin, but he's so tall and he's so big and tall that he can stay away from it. But he's definitely got a suspect chin. Yeah, the opposite of you talking about Vitalis Oteni. Please forgive me. Old past his prime Roy, but I don't know if any of the Roy never really got hit till he was past his prime. Oh, Agent Brown got a very good chin. Now, I don't think Dillian White. I haven't seen. I mean, I know he got bopped up by Anthony Joshua, but to get knocked out by Anthony, you can get knocked out by Anthony Joshua and not have a bad chin. Dillian White's a dick, though. I mean, he's the biggest. He might be the biggest asshole in all of boxing. I think he deserves that title. You know what I mean? He said that's when Roy got older. Before that, nobody touched him. Yeah, he just wasn't getting hit because it ain't too easy. It ain't too easy, dog, to get your hands on Roy Jones Jr. Yeah, he said he got an exhausted chin. Yeah. Who, Angie Wise? What are you saying? Oh no, you said he had blonde dreads in a ponytail on top of his head, and when he was in his 20s, he first came out doing those 10 and under those under 10 round fights on ESPN. Who are you talking about? It sounds like you're talking about Shannon Briggs. Who else got blonde tips? Yeah, D-Ball White, dog. D-Ball White is. Boxing with Straight Right said chins are like power. Paulie has no power, and I bet Rigo has better power. Oh, dude, Rigo got way better power than Paulie Malignaggi. Shoot, I think Guillermo Rigondeaux might be the biggest puncher in boxing. Pound for pound, between him and Deontay Wilder, but who do you know that has better? Who you know has better power than Guillermo Rigondeaux? Better one punch power than Guillermo Rigondeaux for his size. Deontay Wilder might be the only person He might be Deontay Wilder might be the only person that I think is in competition with him. But Rigondeaux might be the biggest puncher, the heaviest puncher in all of boxing. With that left, dude, that left of Guillermo Rigondeaux. Tank is there, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Teofimo, not Virgil Ortiz. Not Virgil Ortiz. Yeah, Wilder does have crazy power for his size because he is knocking dudes out 50, 60 pounds heavier. Tank, no, hell no, not in a way. No. Rigondeaux and Monster Inoue are the same size. And Guillermo Rigondeaux will fuck somebody up at that weight class because he's a one-punch knockout artist, man. Guillermo Rigondeaux is a one-punch knockout artist at 122 pounds. Dog, that's something serious. Inoue's got good power, though. He's got good power, but I wouldn't put it there with Rigondeaux. But he does have very good power. Tank, Wilder, Teofimo, and Inoue, not Tank. Tank is accumulation. Wilder is a one-punch. Teofimo Lopez is one punch. I'd have to see if Monster Inoue is one punch, but he fights all of them. I ain't big on Monster Inoue, but maybe Monster Inoue. I mean, I could give him that. Tank hurt you with multiple punches, yeah, but he can hurt you with one. But he really is. Oh, I've seen him drop people to the body with one, though. I've seen him. I just don't know anybody that's breaking people's jaws, like because Guillermo Rigondeaux has a tendency to break your jaw, you know? And the way he folded, like the way he folds these dudes. Yes, they Tank got one punch. Yeah. Miguel Berchelt got good power too. Yeah, he does. But he's more of an accumulation too. I think of Miguel Berchelt kind of like I think of Virgil Ortiz. Like I'd have to see him fight more. Like I have to see Virgil Ortiz fight more often, but Miguel Berchelt reminds me. But Virgil Ortiz reminds me of Miguel Berchelt, but probably a little heavier handed. Miguel Berchelt mean as shit though. I like Miguel Berchelt. I'm hoping that we get to see Miguel Berchelt in Shakur Stevenson. I think that's some legendary nights type shit right there. Between Miguel Berchelt and Shakur Stevenson. And I got Shakur Stevenson winning the fight, but I think that's a great matchup for Shakur Stevenson to get Shakur Stevenson to the next level. I'm a big fan of Miguel Berchelt. I wish Tank would have fought him. But obviously, you know, Floyd doesn't think that Miguel Berchelt has the name recognition to fight Gervonta Davis, and maybe he's too much a risk. But Miguel Berchelt, I got Miguel Berchelt beating Leo Santa Cruz at 130. Damn, that's funny. It said Errol Spence, just jocking. Errol Spence is not a one-punch knockout power, dude. He's got one of the better body attacks, and he's going to probably do more damage to you than anybody. He could probably do more damage to you than a lot of people in boxing can do. You would be better to have getting in the ring with Errol Spence Jr. with a chin could very well be something that's detrimental to your career because Errol lets off a lot of punches. He's probably one of the most tenacious fighters in boxing, which is why I favor him over Terence Crawford. My God, it's a stake to get my cash. Prime Roy James Toney versus Canelo. James Toney. Canelo ain't no James Toney. Man, Canelo's a James Toney knockoff. Canelo's a James Toney knockoff. Definitely James Toney. By knockout. Dude, James Toney is super underrated. Yeah, Spence will break you down. Yeah, he's more of a break you down type of guy. Now, Terence Crawford might actually be more of might have a bigger one punch, might have a bigger single punch than Errol, or as big a single punch as Errol. But the problem is that Errol's going to hit you 500 times. because he keeps on coming, and he's not loading up. You know what I mean? He's not loading up. He's just got tremendous speed, man. Please don't disrespect Tony like that. Oh, yeah, don't disrespect James Toney like that. He is. Canelo is a James Toney knockoff. He's a James Toney knockoff. All that shit you see in the pocket, dude, James Toney does that shit, then some. James Toney does that, then some. He does that, and he's countering you while he does it. See, what Canelo will do, Canelo is a definitely, say, Arrow takes a better punch. But the way that James Toney fights, James Toney is slipping and countering. Slipping, countering. What Canelo can do on the inside is he just slip. And you're not going to get a clean shot off of him because the way that dude just keeps slipping. So it's really tough to get one off on Canelo. But Canelo's not, when Canelo's doing that, Canelo's not making you pay with it. So, for example, if you take Canelo, if you take Gennady Golovkin and you put Gennady Golovkin in with James Toney, 7 rounds. Seven rounds, dude. Gennady Golovkin's fuck out of there. Okay? Gennady Golovkin is getting knocked the fuck out by 160-pound James Toney. Ain't no way he's getting up out of there, dude. Because them shits, because James Toney's got a little bit of that, he's got a little bit of Henry Armstrong in him, and that he's gonna slip, boop, boop, boop. He's gonna slip right up in there with you. And when he's there with you, then it's punishment time. One of my favorite fights that I've ever seen, man, is he and Vasily Jurov, the original Vasily Jurov, who is as good as Gennady Golovkin. He's bigger than Gennady Golovkin. He's stronger than Gennady Golovkin. He has a better punch output than Gennady Golovkin. And James Lights Out Toney did that work on Vasily Jurov. I couldn't imagine what he would do to Gennady Golovkin at 160 pounds. I hate that I didn't get to see. I hate that I didn't get to see James Toney versus Bernard Hopkins at 160. That shit would have been great. But you know, I think that James Toney is every bit the fighter that Bernard Hopkins is. He might be a little bit better fighter than Bernard Hopkins is. He just doesn't have the discipline. He just doesn't have the discipline that Bernard Hopkins did to stay down at 160 and never let his weight get out of hand. If James Toney had that level of discipline and could have stayed and could stay at 160, dog, that shit would have been nice, man. But he lost to Roy Jones, but everybody lost to Roy Jones at 160, you know? Dark Truth said, you can tell Fannon really loves boxing. Yeah, man, I do love boxing. Love boxing, man. That's my sport. Juniper B said, Bud has a lot of power. He can be explosive. Spence forces you to fight at a crazy pace with hundreds of shots. Wonder if Bud can keep that pace up and slow Spence down. Yeah, that's the problem. Kevin Gosby said Toney calls him Bernice Hopkins. Yeah, I think I would take James Toney. I would put James Toney above Bernard Hopkins as a fighter. I just think that he didn't have the discipline to stay at the same weight class that Bernard Hopkins had. Bernard Hopkins is a great fighter, man. I was very fortunate to be ringside for two Bernard Hopkins fights. I was ringside for both of the fights that he had with Jermaine Taylor. And let me tell you, man, I thought Jermaine Taylor was winning that fight, right? By outboxing him, like Jermaine Taylor did to a lot of people, man. Jermaine Taylor outboxed pretty, with the exception maybe of Kelly Pavlik. I got to go back and look at the Kelly Pavlik fights, but Jermaine Taylor outboxed a lot of the people that wound up beating him. But man, what what Bernard Hopkins did to that dude's head with them right hands. Oh my God, man, to sit right there. I'm telling you, I was no more than 15 feet away from Bernard Hopkins when he was landing them right hands on Jermaine Taylor. And it was ugly, dude. Ugly. He said Taylor always made the same mistakes and always gassed. Yeah, he gassed out the end, and Bernard Hopkins just did his dome piece so bad, dude. You say you thought B.I. won both fights? I could see how people would say Bernard Hopkins won both fights. But he ruined Jermaine Taylor. He ruined Jermaine Taylor. For sure. Pull counter boxing. Do you think Crawford will be at his best when he fights Errol Spence? No, I do not. No, I do not. And that's because I don't think the fight's going to happen until 2022. The timing of this stuff does not bode well for Bud. Oh my God, I've got to find how to get rid of this shit. What the fuck? I got to get rid of this shit. Ugh. I keep having this fucking, man, I keep having these charges recurring, and I cannot find a way to get them off, man. Captain Full G said, what if Pac takes Danny from Spence and Danny decides to fight Pac instead? So what's next for Spence? Anything Spence wants to be next for Spence. Anything that he wants. Captain Full G. Spence gets to fight who Spence wants to fight. If Spence wants to fight Keith Thurman, it would be Keith Thurman next. If Spence wanted to fight Terence Crawford, it could be Terence Crawford next. If he wants to fight anybody in the welterweight division, it'll be them next. If he wants Ugas next, it would be Ugas next. Errol Spence Jr. is the cash cow, dog. He is the cash cow. So is Manny Pacquiao, but Manny Pacquiao is like legacy cash cow. You know what I mean? The number one fighter in the welterweight division is Errol Spence Jr. That's that. But Manny Pacquiao, now I hate to break it to you, Captain Full G. Manny Pacquiao, dude, hope that you ever get to see Manny Pacquiao in the ring again. Okay? Sit down for a couple seconds and just do this. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And go all the way to the end, because there's a good chance that Manny Pacquiao might never get in the ring again. However, if he does, it's not going to be Danny Garcia. It's going to be Mikey Garcia, not Danny. Manny Pacquiao ain't going to get out, ain't looking for no fight with Danny Garcia when he can fight Mikey Garcia, coming off of his win against Jesse Vargas. Hey, what's going on, Paul Kendrick? Yes, sir. Dog, you ain't no guarantee, Terence, that Manny Pacquiao's ever going to fight again. He hasn't fought. He will have been off at least 16 months before he fights. 16 months. More than likely, he's going to be somewhere around 22 months of inactivity before he gets in the ring. It's looking slim because there's something called the coronavirus, and it's keeping people from fighting this year. And Manny Pacquiao's already 42 years old. By the time he gets in the ring with some of these guys, he'd be pushing 43 years old, could be 44 years old. That's why I say I don't think that Terence Crawford is going to be at his best when he fights Errol Spence, because he turns 33. He turns 33 next month. And that fight's not going to happen in the next year. So now you're looking at him maybe pushing 34 years old, 35 years old before he gets in it with Errol Spence, when Errol Spence is 31. It's tough. It's a tough fight. Shamir is here. I hate that word, honestly, because I'm not going to lie to you, dude. Lopez Lomachenko, who do you honestly have winning that fight? Lopez. Because you ever heard the saying being sold down the river? Bro, you don't think Manny's going to rematch Keith? No, definitely not. Yeah, he deserves the rematch, but he ain't getting it. Hell no, he's not going to. Dude, he already said he got. Dude, Keith Thurman beat up Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao won the fight, but Manny Pacquiao took an ass whooping to get that win. That's a lot of straight right hands he was eating from Keith Thurman. And when let me get to my man Samir is here first though. Lopez, number one, I don't trust Top Rank for shit. Okay, I think Top Rank is as crooked a organization as you can have in the sport of boxing, and I think that they massage and I think that they manipulate fights. They manipulate fights by having in-house fights against mismatches, and I think one of the things that they do is that they are not going to throw Teofimo Lopez to the wolves if they didn't think that he could beat Vasily Lomachenko. If Bob Arum and Top Rank didn't believe that Teofimo Lopez had the ability to beat Vasily Lomachenko, they would not be making that fight. Because they wouldn't throw away. They're not going to throw away one of their potential superstars for an old guy that never panned out for them. And please, somebody challenge me and tell me that I'm wrong when I say that Vasily Lomachenko didn't pan out for Top Rank. Would anybody like to challenge me on that? Because I would love to give a snarky retort. Lomachenko will take Lopez to kindergarten. Sorry, friend, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Top Rank matchmakers are way too good for that. Way too good. I don't like Bob Arum because of what he does in the sport of boxing, but he knows boxing. He knows matchups. Bob Arum does not throw his fighters to the wolves unless there is a lot of money there. A lot of money there. He's going to pass the torch from Vasily Lomachenko to Teofimo Lopez. Vasily Lomachenko will drop in the pound-for-pound rankings to somewhere around number 6, and Teofimo Lopez will be catapulted to number 2 or number 3. That, I do believe, is the plan for Top Rank. Now, as far as what I see in the ring, Teofimo Lopez has been watching Vasily Lomachenko fight his entire professional career. Vasily Lomachenko has had tougher fights at lightweight against lightweight against guys that would not last 3 rounds against Teofimo Lopez. I do not believe that Luke Campbell is going to go 5 rounds with Teofimo Lopez. I do not believe that Jorge Linares is going to go 5 rounds with Teofimo Lopez. I do not believe that Jorge Linares, unless he is not going the distance with Teofimo Lopez. He didn't go the distance with Gervonta Davis at 130 pounds. So I definitely don't think Jorge Linares is going to go the distance with Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is the best fighter that Vasily Lomachenko has ever faced. And I'm not counting Guillermo Rigondeaux coming off of fighting 3 rounds in 2 years, moving up 2 weight classes. I'm not counting Gary Russell Jr., who is a blown up 122 pound fighter. Okay, not guys that he's outside that he's staring that the lead into the fight that he's doing this when he looks at him. Okay, Gary Russell Jr. looked at Vasily Lomachenko like this. Same way Rigondeaux looked at him, like this. Teofimo Lopez is a 147-pound fighter. He's going to wind up being at 147 pounds. And he can start you with either hand. And he already knows about Vasily Lomachenko switching angles. So if he switches angles, if Teofimo Lopez switches angles with Vasily Lomachenko, when Vasily Lomachenko switches angles, if Teofimo Lopez is not overcommitting to punches, then he is going to force Vasily Lomachenko to start trying to walk him down. Like he tried to walk down Jorge Linares, like he tried to walk down Jose Pedraza, like he tried to walk down Luke Campbell, and how he walked down that bum-ass Rocky Fielding. If he tries to walk down Teofimo Lopez, he's going to go to sleep. Or a good chance that he's going to go. So if he presses the fight, I see Teofimo Lopez winning it. If it goes to the scorecards, I see Teofimo Lopez winning it, even if it's a very close fight. Because Top Rank is dirty as fuck. They're dirty. They're on record bribing the IBF for rankings. That's how I see it. And Lomachenko is also, Lomachenko's, like I said, Lomachenko is how old now? Is he 30? When does he turn 33? Let me see. Still Lomachenko's birthday. Yeah, he just turned 32. So he'll be 33 before that fight takes place. And you're talking about him fighting a young guy like Teofimo Lopez. And Teofimo Lopez can fight, man. That fight is the real deal. Teofimo Lopez is a big deal, man. So is Gary Russell Jr. better than Teofimo Lopez? And he's a better fighter. He just doesn't weigh. He's not walking around at 160 pounds. Gary Russell Jr. is 130. Gary Russell Jr. is probably walk-around weight is probably somewhere around 140 pounds. He fights at 126. He might walk around at 140 pounds. Maybe. He might walk around he might be walking around in the high 130s. He's just a much bigger, Gary Russell Jr. in my book is as good a fighter as skill-wise, just as good as Vasily Lomachenko. It's just Vasily Lomachenko's longer and he's bigger. Vasily Lomachenko's a lot bigger than Gary Russell Jr. is. That's what I think. That's the reason why I think Vasily Lomachenko beat Gary Russell Jr. They're both equally good. It's just one is a bigger guy, had a longer reach, and everything being equal, the taller guy's going to win. The taller, longer guy's going to win. But I think Gary Russell Jr. is just little. But shit, Gary Russell Jr. is a beast, man. I love that last fight that he had, man. Real Six Team 6 Production said his hands are super fast. Yeah, Gary Russell Jr. is the truth, man. But Gary Russell Jr., hey, man, look, we got 332 people in the building. Can we get the likes over 300? I would greatly appreciate it. Let's try to get the likes up over 300. What about Beterbiev? The smaller fighters are always more skilled. That's not true at all. Vitalis, that is not true at all. That's not remotely true. What little fighter do you know? What little fighter do you know that is more skilled than Andre Ward? What little fighter do you know that is more skilled than Floyd Mayweather Jr. at 147? Monster Inoue is not more skilled than Jermell Charlo. Gurrell? Who is Gurrell? Who's Gurrell? I mean, more likely that is one. No, I mean, dude, these guys are very highly skilled, man. 160-pound fighters are highly skilled. I don't know. I don't think any of those smaller guys are more skilled than Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade is immensely skilled. And in fact, I think that the guys from 115, that 105, 105, 108, and 112, they look like shit to me. Those guys are eating punches all day. That's 105, 108, and 112 is like rock'em sock'em fucking robots. The only reason there's no way that they could fight, that those 105-pound fighters, 108-pound fighters could fight like that if they were 147 pounds. They would go to fuck to sleep. Dog, you're bugging. 817, Andrade is kind of clumsy. I have no clue what you're talking about, dude. Hated or Love It TV said Gary is underrated for sure, man. Gary Russell Jr. is a beast. Much love in that super chat. Thank you so much. And T. Rob said, do you think Roy Jones is the GOAT? No, I do not. I do not. No. Gary Russell. Oh, no worries. You mean Gary Russell? Nah, man, I don't think very highly of the skill. I don't think those guys at 105 and 108 are tremendously skilled. I mean, they're skilled fighters, but they're no more skilled than guys at 154. 154 pounds, dude, like Tony Harrison, 150. Tony Harrison at 154 pounds, dude, that guy is highly skilled. He ain't got the best chin in the world, but that dude is highly skilled. Every bit as skilled as guys at 135 pounds. Same thing with I mean, at heavyweight, it's just a different fight because the guys have the ability to knock you out. Who wins in their prime? Pernell, Whitaker, or Floyd? Pick them. Pick them. At 135 pounds, I might go in their prime. I might go with Pernell Whitaker, though, at 135. Because of the southpaw. I might give an advantage to Pernell Whitaker because of the southpaw. Maybe Pernell because of the southpaw, but it's what and what. They're both great fighters. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Tony Harrison got nice hands and great footwork. Monster Inoue is dangerous no matter what the weight. Hey, Marvin, let me tell you, let his ass move to 122. Let him go to 122. Move on up to 2. Please let Monster Inoue go on up to 122 and get up there with your boy, the steroid fiend, Inoue. Nah, but I mean, not Inoue, Neary. Neary's the guy that I was thinking about. R.I.P. Sweet Pea. Yeah, he was the real deal. No doubt about it, man. But look, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Much love to everybody in the chat today. Really appreciate you guys coming through. Make sure you guys, I didn't have KQKC come on today, but make sure you guys go over to KQKC because I ran right up on 1 o'clock. We'll be back tomorrow. We're probably going to talk. We might do some Tyson Fury conversations tomorrow about this cheating ass bullshit. But we'll see. He don't want to see Rigo. No, he don't want to see Rigo. Ain't even talking about fighting Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux's a great man, dude. Dude, it's just a shame what they did to Rigondeaux's career, man. And that's why we can't let that shit pop off with Deontay Wilder. Really just dropped a like, man. Thank you, Vitalis. It's nice having a conversation with you too, man. It's nice having a conversation. And don't get me wrong, dude. Vasily Lomachenko's a monster, man. He's a great fighter. Without a doubt, he's a great fighter. But he's talking about, but even Vasily Lomachenko, he doesn't feel comfortable at 135 pounds. He feels more comfortable at 130 pounds. 135 pounds, dog, that shit could be ugly. And quite honestly, dude, it could be ugly with Vasily Lomachenko against Gervonta Davis, too. Gervonta Davis is a fucking monster, man. And getting hit with them fucking bombs ain't nice. You know what I mean? Yeah, Rigo has the best footwork in boxing. Great footwork. T-Bob said, great show again, Fannon. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, man. But look, man, we'll get with y'all tomorrow. Thank you for all your support in the super chat. Check out the videos I got coming up later today. And with that, we out. Peace.